Hello, you're watching the news of Cần Thơ newspaper, radio and television, and now today's headlines. Leaders of Cần Thơ City Airways on levels and sectors came to visit Sóc Trăng and Martyrs Cemetery, lay rice and incense at Alcohol's Temple in Lương Tâm, Kumun. Vietnam is among the top 10 countries with the fastest e-commerce growth in the world. Laos held a rally to celebrate the 80th anniversary of the National Day of Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Top news today. On the occasion of the 80th anniversary of the August Revolution and National Day, September 2nd, leaders of Cần Thơ City, as well as on levels and sectors, came to visit Sóc Trăng Martyrs Cemetery to commemorate and pay tribute to the heroic martyrs, the outstanding children of the homeland and country who heroically sacrificed for the cause of national liberation and protection of the nation. At the Sóc Trăng Martyrs Cemetery, Comrade Đồng Văn Thanh, standing Deputy Secretary of the City Party Committee, Chairman of the City People's Council of Cần Thơ City, together with standing leaders of the City Party Committee, People's Council, People's Committee, Vietnam Foreign Front Committee of the City, leaders of departments, branches, sectors, organizations, and localities took a moment of silence, light rest, and offered incense to commemorate the heroic martyrs, those who did not spare their blood and bones to regain independence and freedom for the nation. The cemetery is resting place of 593 outstanding children of Sóc Trăng homeland. On the occasion of September 3rd, a working delegation of the City Party Committee, People's Council, People's Committee, and Vietnam Foreign Front Committee of Cần Thơ City, led by Mr. Trần Văn Huyến, Deputy Secretary of the City Party Committee, came to lay wreath and incense at Alcohol's Temple in Lương Tâm, Kumun, on the occasion of the 80th anniversary of the August Revolution and National Day, September 2nd. Carrying out Alcohol's last wishes over the years, the party committee, government, and peoples of the city have promoted the tradition of their homeland, united, overcome difficulties, effectively exploited and mobilized all resources, and continue to achieve many important achievements in socio-economic development. The Alcohol Temple in Lương Tâm, Kumun was established by the people in 1969 when they heard of Alcohol's death. The Alcohol Temple was recognized as a National Historical Site in 2000. On holidays, people voluntarily come to clean and prepare offerings to alcohol. This is a red address to educate patriotism for today's and future generations. Attending the ceremony to visit Martyrs Cemetery were Comrade Hồ Thị Cẩm Đào, Chairwoman of Vietnam Foreign Front Committee of Cần Thơ City, Comrade Vương Quốc Nam, Vice Chairman of the City People's Committee. In a solemn atmosphere, delegates observed a minute of silence to commemorate, offer flowers, and burn incense to commemorate the heroic martyrs. After the ceremony, leaders and representatives of departments, branches, localities, union members, and youth burned incense on each grave, expressing deep gratitude for the sacrifice for the homeland of the previous generation. The tax department leader said in the first 6 months of the year, state budget revenue from the private economic sector reached 259,230 billion dong, equal to 125% compared to the same period last year. About 96,749 billion dong has been exempted, reduced and extended taxes to support businesses and people. More than 13,600 business households have converted from lump sum tax to declaration, and nearly 1,500 households have converted into enterprises. By June 30th, over 98% of tax declaring business households had made electronic tax declarations. More than 110,000 business households registered to use electronic invoices generated from cash registers, with more than 20,000 households with revenue of less than $1 billion per year have voluntarily participated. The entire tax sector has added more than 254,000 business households to its management, handled nearly 200,000 cases, collected and increased revenue by more than $1,783 billion. Vietnam is among the top 10 countries with the fastest e-commerce growth in the world, with a growth rate of over 20% this year. Vietnam is emerging as a bright spot in the digital economy, in which e-commerce is the main driving force. According to Global, an e-commerce service provider with a growth rate of more than 60% last year and a continued forecast of more than 20% growth this year, Vietnam is among the top 10 countries with the fastest e-commerce growth in the world. In 2014, the proportion of e-commerce revenue in total retail sales of goods and consumer services nationwide was only 2.1%, a modest figure compared to total retail sales. Over the years, this ratio has increased 2.8% in 2015, 3% in 2016, 3.6% in 2017, and 4.2% in 2018. By the year 2024, the market size reached over $25 billion, an increase of 20% compared to 2023, higher than the initial forecast. Vietnam continues to affirm its important role in the Vietnamese economy, opening up many opportunities for sustainable development in the future. The total amount of waste generated in Cần Thơ every day is about 2,400 tons, of which the old Cần Thơ is 700 tons. The old Hậu Giang province generates about 600 tons per day. The old Sóc Trăng province generates nearly 900 tons per day, creating great pressure on the collection and treatment system. Cần Thơ City calls for investments, promote socialized investment in the fields of environmental protection and international cooperation, and also attracts many resources for environmental protection activities. Unity Hậu Giang One Member Liability Limited Company has invested in building a waste-to-energy plant with a capacity of 600 tons of waste per day at the cost of about $925 billion. Cần Thơ City continues to call for investment in the new waste-to-energy plant in the old Sóc Trăng with a maximum design capacity of 25 megawatts, an area of about 5.5 hectares. In addition, Cần Thơ City People's Committee has issued a decision approving information on the project of Thơ Lai District Solid Waste Treatment Area, now Thơ Lai Commune. The project has a land area of about 4.79 hectares with a design capacity of 400 tons of domestic solid waste per day and night. Within the framework of a special cultural exchange program coordinated by the State Committee for Overseas Vietnamese, the Malaysia-Vietnam Friendship Association, or MVFA, officially launched the Vietnam Áo Dài Heritage Club in Malaysia. At the launching ceremony, Ms. Trần Thị Trang, president of MVFA, was moved to share that Áo Dài is the cultural ambassador of Vietnam. The establishment of Áo Dài Heritage Club in Malaysia is not only to preserve a heritage, but also to affirm that Vietnamese cultural identity can spread strongly in the context of integration, while creating a bridge connecting the hearts of the two nations. Attending the event, Mr. Muhammad Afiq Anur, representative of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture of Malaysia, said that in the context of an increasingly developing creative economy, heritage and fashion both play a cultural role and contribute to creating new values in terms of strength, trade, and connecting people. The launching of the Vietnam Áo Dài Heritage Club in Malaysia takes place in a meaningful year when Vietnam celebrates celebrate 60 years of independence and 50 years of national reunification, while Malaysia celebrates 68 years of National Day as Asian Chair. The Central Executive Committee of the Lao People's Revolutionary Party, the National Assembly, the Government of the Lao People's Democratic Republic, the Central Committee of Lao Front for National Construction, and the Central Committee of the Laos-Vietnam Friendship Association solemnly held a rally to celebrate the 80th anniversary of the National Day of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. At the event, Comrade Bongton Chitmani, standing member of the Secretariat, Vice President of the Lao People's Democratic Republic, reviewed the special relationship between Laos and Vietnam, which has stood shoulder to shoulder in the struggle for independence and freedom, affirmed that the two peoples of Laos and Vietnam have become rare symbols in international relations. On victories and achievements of the Lao people are associated with the wholehearted support of the party, the state, and people of Vietnam. Ambassador Nguyễn Minh Tâm affirmed that in on victories of Vietnam, there is a wholehearted support of the party, the state, and people of Laos. The great friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos is a priceless common asset, which has been diligently cultivated by generations of leaders and people of the two countries. The ambassador believes that the Lao people will continue to achieve many new achievements, building a peaceful and prosperous country. Embassy of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam in South Korea also held a ceremony to mark the 80th anniversary of the August Revolution, the National Day of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, and the 33rd anniversary of Vietnam-Korea diplomatic relations. Mr. Vũ Hồ, Vietnamese ambassador to Korea, affirmed that in the 80-year journey of the Vietnamese people and 33-year relationship between Vietnam and South Korea, we have the right to be proud of their achievements and have the responsibility to join hands to build an even brighter future. Mr. Park Yoon-chu, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Korea, emphasized that the 80th anniversary of Vietnam's National Day has special significance and affirmed that Vietnam has risen to become one of the most dynamic and fastest growing economies in the world. Stepping into the university lecture hall is not only a shock of joy, but also a start of a new journey of learning, training, challenges, and self-affirmation for freshmen. In sharing with us, each freshman carries a beautiful dream and a strong desire to become useful citizens in society. When I found out I had become a freshman, I was overjoyed but also nervous because I were entering a new environment. During my 4 years at university, I hope to earn scholarships to help support my family. I'm studying law and my goal is to become a lawyer so that I can help others.
This major has been my dream for a long time, and I worked hard to get into the program I wanted. I believe my field of study will have a significant impact on people's lives.
I chose the English language major because I want to improve my English skills and grow personally so that I can communicate with international friends in such a widely spoken language. If given the opportunity, I would like to become an English teacher. I feel excited since I was accepted into my desired program. This is the learning environment I have always desired. To give my time at university more purpose, I intend to work hard in my studies and take part in club and student union activities.
These hopes and expectations will be transformed into motivation in today's lecture halls, helping to create new societal values. Students are not only here to study, but also to affirm that they can achieve any dream if they are willing to take action.
And now let's look at the weather forecast. Thank you very much for your attention. Please visit us on website kanthtv.vn. Bye for now.